Good evening, guys and girls. We are here with you just a little bit before 6 p.m. on the East Coast, a little bit before 5 p.m. on the, a little bit before 3 p.m. on the West Coast. Hey, boy, I tell you what, you let my math work, and +3 and -3 works.
What is the time at the mountain coast?
It's just before 4 o'clock on the mountain time.
4 on the mountain and 3 on the West Coast right now.
In the Mississippi coast?
Mississippi coast is Central Time, 5 p.m. So we will run with that. What's up, Daniel Barry's Sports Highlights? And we'll have I'm going to have the other guys call out anybody else that's out here tonight. If you haven't before, hit like, hit subscribe to the channel. We've got the gang of 5 of the 6 tonight. Sans Harris. We got Keith at the bottom corner. We got Mike in the top corner. We got Brian right in the middle. We got Tim just above him. And we got the helmets beside.
Mini gumballs.
Huh?
Mini gumballs.
Mini gumballs. So I'll tell you what we'll do.
What will we do?
Watch what we're going to do. I don't know, man. We're going to try our best at it, even if it's
That's
wrong.
the way we became the Brady Bunch. Anyway.
All right. Let's try that.
There we go. Oh, that looks great.
Yeah.
How about that? And boom, boom, players. All right. Hey, let's look at what we did last week. I didn't even keep up with 1s and 2s and 3s, how many we won and lost last week. Miami, Ole Miss. Miami, a 2.5-point favorite. They covered by winning by 4. Mike, he got it. Tim got it. Brian got it. Rob got it. And Mike got the over. He's the only one that picked the over on that situation. We went to Friday night's game, the Peach Bowl. Oregon and Indiana. Indiana, a 4-point favorite in that ball game, and they won by 34 points. Keith, Tim, Brian, Rob, and Harris all got it. And then the overs, everyone but Keith went with the over in that ball game. So Mike got 2 overs and 1 and 1. Tim got 1 of the over-unders and went 2 and 0. Brian got 1 of the over-unders and went 2 and 0. Rob got 1 of the over-unders and went 2 and 0. Harris got 1 of the over-unders and went 1 and 1. And I don't know if I said Keith or not. Keith, he got neither one of the over-unders, and he went and he went 1 and 1. So we'll let Keith start this week. We are going to do the championship game on Monday night. I think it's ESPN/ABC this week, if I am
correct.
Right?
Okay.
Miami, Indiana. Who looked at Miami 6 weeks ago and said, hey, that's a national championship team. Maybe a few, but not a lot. Indiana, 8.5-point favorites in this ball game. Keith, 48 and a hook. Have at it, my friend.
I'm just glad Miami was able to get in the way they did things. But I don't doubt Miami defense is capable of keeping this game somewhat close. It's just Indiana just seems like they're getting better by the week, though. And I have a little bit of doubts about Miami's offense going toe-to-toe with them. I'll have to take Indiana to cover in this one. I listened to the spread. I forgot what he said about the over-under number.
48.5, I believe. Yes, 48.5.
48.5?
48.5.
I'll go under on that.
And
I think it'll be at least a kind of a slugfest for a little while.
So, did you take Indiana to cover?
Yes, I think they'll eventually get over the spread. Right. I'm not saying I don't think Miami couldn't win the game, but I just again, Indiana just seems like they're getting better every week, and it's just hard to.
And you're going under
off the tracks.
You going under the total?
Yeah, because I think early on it'll be kind of low scoring, at least in the first
All right.
half, first quarter.
Mike, Aflac, go for it, buddy.
Quack, quack. This is the kind of game that you don't know. They've had time off to think about it, okay? Indiana has been on a roll perhaps the whole season. And I've watched a couple of their games, and then it was early. So I was okay with them. I knew they were probably going to be somewhere in the top. I didn't think they would get to the championship, but here they are. Miami, I think Miami's big problem is, they have the reputation of this U litter, okay? And they were at one time the bad boys. So I have this feeling that they're going to bring all their bad boys back in to wherever they're playing. Where are they playing? Atlanta?
They're actually playing at home
field, I think.
It is at home.
Yeah.
Game.
It's a home game technically.
Oh,
Yeah, they play
are
at home. They're playing
It's
at
like
home.
a home game.
Yeah.
I think Indiana's too talented. Miami, I've watched them enough. I think they're too aggressive. I see a lot of times where you have a lot of these personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, and then they get warned all the time. And I don't know if a team that's too aggressive like that can handle winning a championship. So my instincts and the instincts also say that I think 8.5 points, I think that's too many points. I think Indiana wins the game. I think they'll win probably by like 4 or 5. And this is national television. So either the officials are going to keep their flags in their pocket, or you're going to see a flag on almost every other play. My instinct says that they're going to keep their flags in their pocket. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Indiana to win the game, Miami to keep it close, so I would take Miami and I would go over.
All righty. We go to Tim.
Well, yeah, Miami does, like he said, just seems to be getting better and better, and it seems like they have, their defense is, really good. They spread the ball around and everything. I mean, right now it's Miami's to lose. Indiana's to lose, and I think that for the first time since 2012 men's or boys soccer, Indiana's bringing home a title. And they will cover the 8.5, and this will go over.
All righty. Take it over, Brian.
Okay, well, first of all, Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony Cooks is with us here in the
Hey,
chat.
Anthony, good to see you.
You're right, Anthony. This is a motley crew of jabronis.
That's Mr. Motley Crue to you, sir.
You're welcome, Anthony, to put in your picks as we go along.
Yeah, definitely do it. Definitely
I
do
want
it.
to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And Michael and
So in this game, it is a Miami home game, and Miami is peaking at the right time. We talk about Indiana getting better every week. Miami is really peaking also. They've already sent home last year's champions, Ohio State. They're going to need to commit to the run, and it takes the pressure off Carson Beck. I would hate to have to count on Carson Beck to be the guy to win it for you. They got the offensive line to do it. Their offensive line, if you look at it, are much larger than Indiana's defensive line. They got some big guys up there. They got some big NFL-ready guys up there. But holy cow, Indiana has outscored their two playoff opponents 94-25 in the two games. If they win this game and it's not close, they're going to be known as one of the greatest college teams of all time. They're running the ball primarily. They run the ball about 2 times for every pass in the playoffs. And they're also one of the best tackling teams in the country. When they hit you, you go down. They tackle you. And that's going to be a key matchup to watch. Can they tackle Malachi Tony of Miami, their best receiver? He's very good with yards after catch. And he alone could beat them if they don't tackle him. But I think they will. I'm taking Miami to cover. I think this is going to be a game. I'm taking Miami to cover, but Indiana to win. And I think it will go over.
All right.
Ryan and I on the same
We got Harris's pick. We got Harris's pick right here. And he says he's going to take Indiana to win and cover and go over the total.
You want to tell the world what Anthony's pick was here?
All right, tell us what Anthony's
Look
pick
right
is.
there in the chat.
I don't have it.
Oh, Indiana will cover. Defenses are both good. Not sure their offense can match Indiana.
Okay.
All right, Philip Reynolds, Indiana and over.
Okay.
Let's see. If Daniel Barry wants to give his little prediction, please do so. We'll be happy to.
I want to hear.
Yeah, and,
I'm going to be on the
Anthony
island
wants
with
the
you,
over.
girl. I'm going to be on the island here. I think that Miami's defense can match Indiana's offense. I really do. I think this is going to be a game to 20. This is going to be one of these games that we've been watching that early on with them, when they were playing Ohio State. Nobody was going up and down the field, and nobody's going to be going up and down the field in this game. They have got some sluggers, man, on defense. And then, just like Brian said, hell, they got 4 ready-made starters for the NFL. I think they'll be all in the top 3 rounds of the draft. That is a label for success right there. If you got people that will slug tackle, and they will do it. I think they're going to get to that quarterback. They're going to get to the kid from Miami too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying,
Beck.
They're going to get to him too. So I'm not sitting here saying this is going to be a blowout. It's not going to be. But I think Miami's going to win this thing by a field goal. I really do. I think this could be one of those 21-20 games, 21-18 games, whatever. I don't think I'm going to need the points. I'm going to take Miami straight up in this game. I'm going way under the total, though. I don't like this amount of points at all. Let's turn the clock, turn the watches. Let's go to the NFL. NFL, no fun league, Mike. Not last weekend.
Not last weekend, except the later part of the week.
Right. Well, we had a 3-point game, a 4-point game, a 3-point game, a 4-point game. Then we had the Patriots. The Patriots.
Then we had 2 blowouts.
The Patriots decided to uncharge the charges, if you will, and I think they showed exactly what Justin Herbert's all about. But in fairness, if I was Justin Herbert, I would find a hitman and I would go after my entire offensive line.
He still has a broken hand too.
Because that would be the first person they hit. If they hit back, it would be the first person they hit.
If this should be a broadcast of their up channel.
And then the Houston Texans, I mean, come on. Those guys, all they did was simply hit Pittsburgh in the mouth over and over and over again. They dominated Pittsburgh's offensive line, and Pittsburgh's defense just got deflated by the time that was over with. And look, Houston probably should have lost that game. Their quarterback was doing some inept things. He dropped the ball 4 friggin' times. How many times does a quarterback fumble 4 times and you win? It doesn't happen too often. And they lost 3 of those games. You can't do that. You just cannot do that. When you're up against good teams, you're going to get your ass whipped. And they weren't up against a good team being in Pittsburgh. And for that reason, Pittsburgh is now without a coach. This week's games, 4 of us took the Panthers. Tim, Rob, Harris, and Keith. And Rob, Harris, and Keith went with the over in that game. Packers, Bears, everyone but Mike took the Bears, and Keith and Brian went with the over in that game.
2 baby.
Bills and Jaguars. Mike and Tim took the took the Bills in this game, and Mike, Keith, Brian, and Rob went with the under in this ball game. 49ers and Eagles. 49ers, Keith, Mike, and Tim took them. I think they dominated the Eagles. It may have been a 4-point win, but they dominated at the line. Everybody but Rob went with the under in this ball game and got it right. Chargers and Patriots. Mike, Tim, Rob, and Keith went with the Patriots in this ball game. Everybody but Mike went with the under and got that correct. Houston Texans and Steelers. Tim, Brian, Harris, and Keith went with the Texans, and this one went under. So Harris, Rob, and Mike and Tim all got the unders for the week. Got 4 games this week.
Rob?
Yes.
One comment about the straight ups. Tim on all 8 games had his straight ups correct on all 8 games. College.
Well done, Tim. Well done.
I think I might have been 8-0 against the spread too.
So Tim, we'll let you start for that.
Okay.
You get to start on this one. You go get the Saturday 4:30 game. The number 6 Bills traveling to the number 1 Broncos. The Bills are the favorite team in this game by 1.5. 46.5. Tim.
Now that's saying something when a number 1 seed is a dog after having a week off. And it seems to mean that the Vegas people don't seem to like they don't believe in Bo, to take an old wrestling phrase. And once again, I said my Super Bowl pick was going to be Bills 49ers. So I will take the Bills to win by over 1.5. They won't win by just 1.
You'll give it up?
And let's see, what's my over
46.5.
46.5 under.
All right. Let's go to Brian.
In the division round games, the last 43 games, home teams are 32-11. So that means there's 1 upset a year, seems like. This year there might be a couple of upsets. The last time the Bills played Denver, they destroyed Denver 31-7 in the wild card last year. Normally I would like Buffalo, but they're hurting. They've got 2 healthy wide receivers, Shakir and Coleman. And I guess they're going to be bringing up practice squad players to fill out their wide receiver room for this game. And Josh Allen's hurting. He was limited in practice. He's battling a foot injury, a knee injury, and a right hand, his throwing hand was injured last week. So he's battling some things that are going to be difficult for him. Denver will try to run the ball. Don't know if they can do it, but they're going to try to run the ball to keep Allen off the field. Bo Nix, he's streaky. Who are we going to get? The one that threw 4 touchdown passes against the Packers, or the one that only had 180 yards against the Chiefs and no touchdowns? I like Denver's coach a little more than Sean McDermott. Peyton is 4-0 in the playoffs, coming off a bye. Good chance they're going to be a Sean versus there could be a Sean versus Sean Super Bowl. You got McDermott, Peyton, and McVay. So there's a all Sean chance for the Super Bowl. But in this game, I'm going for the Denver Broncos. I think Denver will win, and it will be under the total.
Under? All right.
My wife says Bronco fan. She's got Oodles Bronco jerseys.
Harris says he likes the Broncos in this ball game, straight up to win and over. Not me. This is gonna start my season of upsets, if you want to call it an upset. I mean, I'm picking all 4 road teams. Let's say it that way. How about that? I just think right here the Broncos don't know what they're not used to this. They're not used to this. The Bills, I think, can match up with them. I think they can. The main thing in this game is if the Broncos are able to run the football, the Bills are in trouble. But if they're not able to run the football, if the Bills can sit back and play zone against those Broncos, I think they're going to have a feast off of Knicks. A week off. We've seen what it did to college teams. I think it's going to hurt these boys. Yeah, I am going Bills. Yeah, way under the total here as well. I think points are going to be at a premium this weekend.
Yeah,
Keith.
Well, I guess I'm going to be the first one to go to the other side on this. I like Brian was saying. I trust Peyton more than I do the McDermott. They're at home. Sometimes you do worry about a team having a week off. I think that if that's any problem, hurts their performance at all, it's not going to be enough. Being at home, the Bills are a little banged up after last week. I think Knicks will play okay. So I'm going to take the Broncos to win this game. I actually think that there's going to be a little flurry of scoring at some point in this game. So I'm going to go with the over.
All right. Mike.
Okay. First things first. On a confidence level rating out of 50, Denver is a big fat 7. Buffalo is a big fat 26. Okay. Denver, in my world, home team gets 3 points. So that means you're telling me that the Buffalo Bills are 4.5 points as a road team. Better than Denver. Makes sense. My next thing, as always in this time of year, what's the weather going to be in Denver?
40 degrees.
40 degrees. Any snow on the ground?
If it is, it'll be wet because it ain't go.
Oh, that's true.
Well, yeah, because it's going to, yeah.
Degrees. So that means they'll put their field they'll have their field in good shape. And to me, it doesn't matter that Allen's hurting with this. My God, this man played in Wyoming. All right. He played in negative type weather and did all the same kind of crap he did as he's doing now. Okay. I have a feeling, again, this boils down, Bo, Josh, experience factor. I know Boo was maybe in a championship game when he was in college, but that was in college. I know Josh hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, but he's been in the playoffs so many years. You gotta go with your experience at this time of year. So you give me the Buffalo Bills to win the game. I think that's a tough number, that 40, was it 46?
And a half.
46 and a half. That means like 7 touchdowns got to score. That's too many touchdowns, especially in the altitude you got up there. So give me the Bills. Give me the under.
All right.
Does anybody know how many road playoff games Buffalo's won lately?
One.
When you say lately, the last.
Well, and then to Josh Allen years.
How many road games Buffalo's won?
In the playoffs.
One.
How many have they lost?
6.
4.
Oh.
Well, they've lost a couple times in Kansas City, haven't they, Brian?
They lost to Kansas City 4 times in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't have to worry about Mahomes.
They have Super Bowl fever, you know?
This is Josh Allen's year. I mean, they don't have to worry about the guy in Cincinnati, Burrow. They don't have to worry about Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to you, Keith. We're going to the Saturday night game. We got the number 6 San Francisco 49ers, who just took care of the Philadelphia Eagles. Since then, the Eagles have fired their offensive coordinator, and they have not told their head coach he's safe yet. Against number 1 Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are a 7.5-point favorite in this ball game, and it has been as high as 9 this week, and it came back down to 8. We'll roll with 7.5 right now. Trent Williams will be starting in this game, but Smith-Njigba came up a little gimpy Tuesday at practice, so let's see what happens there. 45 and a hook, Keith.
All right. Well, San Francisco's run game, I don't know if McCaffrey is 100%, but while it's not ineffective, it's not quite as strong as what I would think that they could be. Seattle, I think, has been having more success on the ground, although I haven't looked at their statistics in the last couple games. Seattle did beat them in San Francisco, one of those last couple games, to win a division. Might have been the last week of the season.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're a better team than San Francisco. And the other thing is, San Francisco last week, what was it, at least 2 drives, Rob, or Purdy? I mean, they'd be driving the ball, and he'd just also make a terrible throw that would get intercepted.
He did some stupid shit a couple
I could
times.
see on corking 1 or 2 of those this week, too. So I'm going to go ahead and take Seattle to win this game. The 7.5, that's kind of steep, but
You gonna give it up?
As tempting as it is, I think I better take the 7.5.
And you're
With
gonna take
San
the Niners.
Francisco. Yeah, but the Seahawks to win and the 45 and a
5 and a
half.
hook.
I'm going to go over on that. Not by
All
much.
right. Okay.
But
Let's go to quack. Go for it, Mike.
Okay. Big advantage, first of all, 7.5. That's a nice number again. Seattle has a week off to recover. San Francisco, even though they beat Philadelphia, they might have beaten them, quote, handily, unquote. They still got some injury problems. And it's just, and then they got to play on the turf. Advantage, Seattle. The 49ers had to go through this whole season dealing with Seattle, dealing with the Rams, and how tough that division was all year. All right, forget Arizona. Who cares? Mr. Irrelevant, he's not relevant. He is relevant. I'm sorry. Everybody that picked on him when he was drafted last, everybody's eating a lot of crow. It tastes good, by the way. Purdy versus Darnold. Now, Darnold can be really, really good, or he could throw 4 interceptions like he does when he was in Carolina and the New York Jerks. But I think the big advantage is going to go to Seattle because the 49ers injury woes are hurting. And there's still, I don't know what McCaffrey's going to be like. And the defense, I think Seattle's going to win this game. Now the question is, in my head, I'm thinking like Keith. I think it's going to be a very close game. So I'm going to take Seattle to win this game. I'm going to take the 49ers with the points because I only think it's going to be a 2-point game. It's going to be one of those exciting games on TV. And I'm going to go, since it's on national television, and the only bad thing about it is, for me, is it interferes with a wrestling pay-per-view. So I'm gonna go over.
All right. Tim, how about it, bud?
Well, probably against my better judgment. I mean, who did I pick to go to the Super Bowl? 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, and essentially they played a good Eagles team. Granted, A.J. Brown didn't show up. They're going to go. Although it was a little leery of their run defense. Saquon had a few nice runs, but I don't think Zach Charbonnet and I don't even know if Walker is active now still.
I
I
think
don't think they're going to do that against this defense. He is? Okay.
Walker is active this week.
Okay. Well, but like I said, against my better judgment, I'll take the 49ers to straight up win, and I'll go under the total.
Tim, Brian, go for it. You said under?
Yes.
All right.
Well, the 49ers were arguing for a Sunday game rather than a Saturday game. Seattle has a bye, and but they had no say in this, and they got assigned to the Saturday game. So they're essentially playing a team on a bye, on short rest. And Shanahan's already complaining about that, playing on short week. I mean, I think he has a legitimate argument, but, you know, is that how you want to lead your team into the playoffs, by complaining about the schedule? I don't think so. He's done a great coaching job this year dealing with all the injuries, but now he's got to overcome not having George Kittle this week or for the rest of the playoffs.
Or for next year.
Next year. The last time they played, week 18, Seattle, they only had 173 yards against Seattle with Kittle. Now they don't have Kittle. Both those games, they played in the first week of the season. They played in the last week of the season. Both of them were very defensive games, 17-13, first game, and then 13-3, the second game. The defense held Sam Darnold to less than 200 yards passing in both those games. So Darnold has not figured out San Francisco yet. And they could draw a heart that Shanahan's 5-0 in division games, and Purdy is 4-0 versus Seattle at Seattle. So that's a lot going on San Francisco's side. They get Ricky Pearsall back, plus Trent Williams, as you said, he'll be back. Seattle, they're favored by more than a touchdown. In the last 24 division games, favored by more than a touchdown. The favored team won 20 times, 20-4. Don't be surprised if Seattle runs the ball a lot. I think they're going to run the ball about 40 times in this game, just to keep the ball out of Darnold's hands and avoid the turnovers. Because I think for San Francisco to win this game, they're going to have to get turnovers and they're going to have to stop the run. And it's not easy to stop Charbonnet and Walker. And if they can't, Seattle may run away with this game. Seattle is, I think, a better team. They had a great season. I mean, they're not the 72 Dolphins, but they only lost 3 games by a grand total of 9 points.
Right.
So Seattle is a very, very good football team. I'm picking Seattle, and I'm going under the total. I think Seattle will win and cover under the total.
All right. We got Harris. He's taking the 49ers and over with the Seahawks winning the ball game.
Oh, he's like me.
Not me. I'm taking this 49ers team to win. I'm with Tim on this ball. I'm telling you, the 2 biggest names in this game is going to be Jennings for 49ers and Walker the third for the Seahawks. If Walker doesn't get 80 yards in this game rushing, they're going to lose. They have got to let him run, because it's been a proven fact that if you let Sam Darnold lose, he'll find his way to lose. And that's just a straight up fact. The last time he played in this big, if he played this type of game, he's going to lose. This is a night game. It's no other teams are playing right here. All eyes are on him.
On national
I'm with Brian. If they don't run this ball 40 times, they're not going to win. The 49ers can win running the football and throwing the football. The thing is, they've got their running game is pretty much the 5-yard pass. It's pretty much the way it works. They've got to count on Brock Purdy to play well, but guess what? They got a backup right there ready to slot right in there if he gets hurt. I feel good about this team. They got two good quarterbacks. No other team has that. 49ers win this ball game. I'm going under the total. I'm still saying there's not going to be a lot of points to be had in this game, but I'm picking them straight up to win this game. All right, we go to Mike next. The early Sunday game, number 5, Houston Texans traveling to number 2, the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 2.5 favorites.
Yeah.
41 and a hook. Michael.
41. Well, Houston showed their defense against a woeful Rodgers, or as I would say, crybaby Rodgers, because he acted a fool on Monday night. CJ Stroud, 4 times he fumbled the ball and he got away with it. Okay, and now they got to go up to the north. Michael asks, "What's the weather?"
In Foxborough,
in Boston, whatever. The Emily. Okay.
Let's see here. Sunday, probably upper 20, or sorry, low to mid 30s.
Cold weather. So that means it's going to be sunny in the 30s.
It ain't going to be much sun because 3 o'clock is not too long. I mean, first half be sun.
That's right. It's at 2 o'clock.
Second half be dark.
It's a 2 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
That's about
on ABC.
3 o'clock Eastern. Yeah. 3 o'clock Eastern.
2 o'clock for me.
Yep.
Okay. Drake May. It's either going to be Drake May or Drake May could be MVP. Okay. He has so much patience. I heard his interview last week. He was very humble. He was good with all his team. He loves playing up there. Okay. Again, I'm worried about the running game with New England. I keep forgetting that running back's name. Who's their head back? Who's the head leader?
Stevenson or Henderson?
Stevenson from Ohio State.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Or Henderson's from Ohio State.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Stevenson. No, that's the one the guy from TCU. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
One of his problems he's had in the year is he fumbles. He fumbles a lot. Last week he didn't. Okay. He didn't fumble in his last game. Houston is on a fire. Revis is their coach is he's like a bat out of hell sometimes. He just chews on that gum, watches everything that goes on. Why do I think that the officiating is going to have something to do with it? I don't know, but sometimes I feel these things happening. New England by 1.5.
2.5.
2.5. So that means the only reason why New England's favorite is they're the home team. And that's what I'm going to play. I'm going to go with the Patriots. It's an early afternoon game. People might not be watching it. CJ might be okay. He's got the turf. He's got that New England defense. Their safeties are really, really good. They might get to him. I'm going to go with New England, but I'm going to go with the under.
All right. Tim.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, is that is anybody going to be able to solve this Texans defense? I mean, when they're full on, I'm not sure that the New England offensive line is going to be able to help much. And then Stingley should take care of like either Keyshawn Butte or whoever else whoever's New England's top wide receiver. So this will probably be a lot of Hunter Henry in this game. He had a nice game against the Chargers. I think I'll take my chances with the Texans to win on the road outright, and I'll go over the total.
All right. Brian.
Well, this is my hardest game to figure. Houston has never won a division game. I'm not sure if the city of Houston knows that they play games after the divisional round because they've never been there.
Well, they did. They beat the Browns in 23, so they do know.
Oh, okay, they do. CJ Stroud troubles me, and he probably will not have Nico Collins, who had his second concussion.
Yeah.
Last week. So, yeah, see, like Mikey said, CJ Stroud was a fumbling machine last week. But I look at Houston's defense, and that defense is good at everything. They rush the passer like nobody's business. They can even create pressure up the middle. They've got a superstar linebacker. And their defensive secondary, I think, was the toughest that the Chiefs played all year last year. Their secondary is something else. What I worry about New England is their schedule, their strength of schedule. Drake May has not played against their top 5 defense all year. So it's going to be an eye opener against these guys. Now, one thing New England has going for it, I think they have a little bit better, more able coach than Mike Vrabel, because Vrabel's good at. He's really good at disguising his defenses. Dan Orlovsky said the other day that 80% of the time he has no idea what defense New England's in. He just can't figure them out. And CJ Stroud probably is not going to figure them out either. So I kind of had to use my eraser here. I went back and forth. Well, I'm going with Houston, and I think the score will be under the total. Actually, I think all these games are going to be – well, no, one of them I picked over. But so far I've only been under the total. I'm under the total on these.
All right, so Brian takes Texans and under. Let's go to Harris. Harris says he will take the Texans and over with the Texans winning. Look, you got to take a lesser of two evils here. CJ Stroud, with that defense, something has to give. Whether that defense has got to cave in and or CJ Stroud going to cave in and allow New England to do something. I don't know. I'll tell you. I like the way Drake May played, but I'll tell you what, he got killed this past weekend. He got sacked 5 times. Just imagine what Houston's going to do to him. I would not, and that was against the Chargers, lightweight Chargers. And I've talked about them all year. I've said that you put them in a heavyweight ring and they're going to get the hell beat out of them. And they did. Well, you put New England now in a heavyweight ring, and I think they're going to get the hell beat out of them. I don't like their chances in this game at all. I don't like to even talk about zeros being put up, but I have no confidence in New England scoring in this game. This could be a 17-0 game. Texans under. Keith.
No.
Yeah, Houston, this is a team, their defense is playing at that level right now where it's just really tough to knock a team like them out. And Stroud, I don't think, is probably as good a quarterback as Drake May, but then he's the kind of guy, though, seems like he'll He'll play really well in a big game now and then. I remember him playing against Georgia in the college playoffs. I didn't expect anything out of him, and he played a really good game in that, I thought. So I think he's capable of answering, the call for what they need him to do in this game. It's just playing on the road and everything. That's tough. And as long as Stroud doesn't make too many big mistakes, I just think the Texans are a little too much for New England. Again, I think May overall is the better quarterback, but he's going up against a better defense than Stroud is, and I expect Stroud's going to do well enough to get this done. So I'm going to take the Texans to win this game. Man, at 41 and a half doesn't seem like a whole lot of points. But then you got to start thinking, okay, what's that? 2017 is going to be higher than that. I don't know about that, so I'll go with the under.
All right,
Michael, you're on an island.
I am on the island of misfits.
No boat, no paddle.
we're going to start, Keith, with this one. The final game in the divisional playoffs. It is Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. We're going to know where everybody else is, but we won't know where these two teams are yet. The number 5 L.A. Rams pulling their upset over the Carolina Panthers. Number 2 Chicago Bears. They slid by the Green Bay Packers. I don't know. They're doing damn Houdini acts around here. The Rams, another one of the favored road teams. 3.5-point favorites are the Rams. 51 and a hook. Keith.
All right. Well, here's the thing. It looked like I had that game wrong against Green Bay all the way until the last couple minutes of the game, or maybe the last minute. I can't remember exactly when Moore caught that touchdown pass. That's the pattern with the Bears. They start out kind of slow, a little sloppy. Then all of a sudden, Williams, once he starts connecting, they start moving the ball, and they start doing it consistently. And it just looks like they're going to keep putting points on the board time after time. Because that's what are you doing, Rob?
Helmet.
Oh, yes.
Oh, gumballs. There we go.
Gumballs.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Stafford banged his hand on an arm or a helmet against Carolina.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That worries me a little bit going up there.
He had to get it glued up, but so did Allen. Josh Allen did too. So both of them that way.
A Bears defense at times looks kind of hapless, and they can give up a lot of rushing yards. But they played pretty well in that second half. I don't know if that was Green Bay's coaching, if it was defensive adjustments. I'm not sure what did that. The Rams, I think, are a tougher team to overcome mistakes that the Bears, that kind of deficit that they overcame. I really think the Rams are going to win this game, though, because I just have a feeling Ben Johnson's going to make another really risky decision or two in this game, like he did in that first half against Green Bay, and it's not going to work, and they're not going to be able to climb out of the hole this time. I do expect the Bears to score some points. I think this game isn't over. I think the Rams are going to win it and cover, despite that injury to Stafford last week. I think he'll play well enough, and they'll get enough out of their running game to keep the chains moving.
So Keith likes the Rams to cover the 3.5 points. And
I just don't trust the Bears defense and the play calling of Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
that's
over the total. Let's go to Mike.
Yeah, Pathew with his hand, he did get hurt with it. This one was the tough. You guys always say which is your toughest games and all that. This one was my toughest, okay? Because you're dealing with, first of all, East Coast, West Coast, but the Rams have been playing in the East or Central. They've been traveling. They had to travel this whole thing. And even if they win this game, they have to travel again. But at least they're going to be on the West Coast.
Maybe not. If the Niners win, they're going to be at home.
Yeah, but I'm saying they get to be on the West Coast if they win this game.
Well, yeah, but going home's a difference than traveling.
Right. You know, going to Sophie. Yeah. And then you got turf. And then you got the Bears with their grass. And then you got the Bears with weather, please.
10 degrees.
Yeah, it's probably going to be cold there. Okay. Oh, yeah, they got all these things they can bundle up and, you know, you go and all that.
It's going to be chilly.
I still am not a fan of Caleb Williams. I've been really torn about this game because, again, you're dealing with experience versus youth. And Pafford's looking, and he's got Apuka, I call him that, and he's got Williams, and he's got that good offensive line.
Devontae.
Yeah, he's got all of that. And then you got Caleb, and then they got their people, you know, and they're rough and tumble. I don't know. I'm gonna go against my better judgment, and I'm gonna go with the Rams and Paffew. That experience is the thing that gets me. You know, experience and defense win championships. And I am going to take the Rams. I don't know if it's going to snow, but it's going to be cold. And I think that's too many points. I think I'm going to take the Rams and go under.
All right.
The end.
Yeah.
This should be a fun game. I mean, I guess this already could pass. I mean, I guess the thing is who's going to dominate the run game more. I mean, Williams and Corum or Monungai and Swift. It's a fairly even matchup, but I could see why this is only a 3.5 point spread. That being said, the youthful exuberance of Caleb Williams hurted himself more than it will help him. I will say yes, unfortunately, in this game. I will take the Rams to cover. I like a low-scoring game, potentially in the cold. I will say under.
All right. Brian.
Not only is it going to be around 10 degrees at kickoff, the wind chill is going to be around 0.
Oh.
People start wearing their jackets at about 65 degrees in Los Angeles. They get cold when it's 64 degrees. When I lived in LA, the coldest I've ever been, I went to go scout a football game. It was 40 degrees. I thought I was going to freeze to death. It was unbelievable. Your blood just gets thin. And unless they're practicing in Antarctica, they can say what they want to say, but they're not going to be ready for that cold. You know, Dolphins, you know, when they came to Kansas City when it was -13 a couple of years ago in the playoffs, you know, they talked a big story and tried to be brave, but they couldn't move. They could not function in that game. Plus 13 fans lost fingers watching the game.
Well, the Dolphins did just thaw out last Thursday from
So it's going to be very cold. You're right about Stafford. When he sprained his finger last week, his next 19 passes, he only completed 4. And then he rebounded in the fourth quarter and threw 2 touchdown passes. He said yesterday that his finger is fine. He should be okay with that. So, but, you know, here's Stafford also. He's only played 4 games under 30 degrees in his entire career. And his record's 2-2 in those games. So I think he can function in the cold. But here's what the cold does. It helps the defense and it helps running games. It helps the defense because receivers can't be as sharp with their routes and it gives the secondary more time to react. Normally, Chicago's got to rely on interceptions, or sometimes they get shredded in the secondary. But I think because of the frozen turf and the cold, they may have a better chance to stay with LA's receivers. I expect both teams to try to run the ball. I think both teams will be able to run the ball. So I'm taking the under. I think it'll be kind of a fast game and be under. I'm not down on Caleb Williams. I know he's had a few bad games this year, but he's also made some plays that look like Mahomes. That 4th and 8 he completed last week. He and Mahomes are probably the only two people who can do that and put that ball on a dime with no feet on the ground, 30 yards
down the left sideline
and going to his left. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a nice throw.
So yeah, I would think only him and Mahomes can do that. He has been accurate in the fourth quarter. And he's led some great fourth quarters. And he's found a connection with this Colston Loveland, the tight end. Got 2 good tight ends.
Yeah.
He's got 2 good receivers. Got 2 good running backs. I'm picking Chicago in this game. I might be on an island. Normally I would pick it over, but because of the cold and because I think both teams are going to really work hard to run the ball, I'm taking the under.
All right. Harris says he will take the Bears to win. Bears under.
No island for you, Brian.
No, not me. Guess what? The one person who has less wins than Mr. Stafford is the one going to be at home this week. He hasn't won 2 games under 15 degrees. He's got no wins under 15 degrees. He doesn't like it. He hates it worse than Stafford does. And the 2 wins that Stafford has against one of them came against Chicago in Chicago.
Oh.
This team right here, I'm telling you, this is the destined team to play next week at home. We're going to have the first ever 2 5s and 6s playing at home next week. The Texans are going to be going back home, and they haven't even had a home game. The Rams are going to be going back home, and they haven't had a home game. It's going to be unheard of. I think Stafford is fine. I think in this game, if you don't get some passing going, you're going to be in some big trouble because I think the footing is not going to be there. I think it's advantage offense. I definitely think it's advantage offense when you know which way you're going and they don't know which way you're going. It's like playing on an ice skating rink. Yeah, I won't be surprised at all if Pafford. All right, Mike, damn you. All right. You son of a. Okay. I won't be surprised if Stafford gets 300 yards passing in this game if the wind doesn't get involved. If it just stays good and cold, I like the Rams to beat them up.
Wind gusts 25 miles an hour.
All right. If the wind's not picking up, DeAndre Swift is going to have to play a major role in this ball game. I think he can do it too. They're going to run the football on some on the Rams, but I like this Rams team in this situation better than ever. I am going Rams. I'm going under. Yeah,
question about the Rams kicker though. This is a tough stadium to figure out the wins. And I don't know how the Rams kicker does with stuff like that. He doesn't have to very often, and
I'm
Santos
not sure.
seems to work the wind very good in that stadium. So
I'm not sure 40 yards. I'm not even sure 40 yards and out. You're going to even try a field goal.
They won't
go for it almost anywhere.
This is probably going to be one of those games that some of these guys that watch football, especially Troy Aikman, hates. He hates seeing everybody going for it on 4th down. This could be one of those games. Or are you going to punt somebody back close to their goal and say, hey, you got 90 yards to go and try your best? That's what I like about. That's what I like about these games like this. It's not so much
hard football might be harder to hang on to
I
too. I don't
forget,
know.
is
4th and 3 and 4th and 4 to me is not
is
as
NBC
easy
doing
as
this
just
game
putting the
or
ball
no?
down there and letting it sit down there in the corner. That's what I would
Quack
do.
quack.
Is NBC doing this game?
Yes.
Yes.
ABC has
Yes.
the early game on Sunday, and NBC has the late game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so Troy don't have to worry much about that.
But I don't know. When I looked at all 4 of these games, I was like, I went back and looked, and I was like, damn, I picked all of the road teams to win this game weekend. They're not all going to win. I don't think they will anyway. But wouldn't it be something if 3 or 4 of them did win? It would be crazy. It would just knock the heck out of – because I'll tell you what, if right now, if CBS – oh, no, who's got the game? I think CBS has got the Super Bowl.
No, NBC.
NBC.
does, yeah.
They would love nothing better than a Rams-Bills Super Bowl out of these 6 teams right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want the Texans in there.
Oh no, they don't want to see a Texans Seahawks game. No, they don't want that.
No, they don't want that.
That is not what they want. So they may well end up getting a lot of what they want if both of those Rams and Bills both win. I think one of them will probably end up making it Super Bowl, but maybe not both of them. But it's gonna make a real tough weekend to follow if all of these teams that's on the road wins this week. And then think about it. Texans are at home in the Dome. Rams are at home in the Dome. That's not what the league wants. The league wants to see New England. They want to see the Broncos win. They want to see the Bears win. They want to see some cold weather. But I just think it could happen that way. We'll see what happens.
Rob, you're bucking the trend because the road teams are 4-20 in the last 24 games in the divisional round.
Yeah. These teams, though, the one thing about it is these four home playoff teams. I don't think none of the 4 of them were in the playoffs last year.
No, they weren't.
No.
Every year's a new team, new year.
To me, experience means a lot. It means a lot. The Rams have a Super Bowl winning quarterback. 49ers, they've been to the Super Bowl. The Texans, defense travels. The Bills, probably if I was going to look at one of the 4 games right now, the Bills probably scared me the most. I think the other 3 teams, I like the Niners. I like the Niners in the Seahawks match up with the Seahawks. I think they went up and beat them earlier this year. The Niners beat the Seahawks earlier this year, and they did in Seattle.
Is Loveland a candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year this year, or favored or anything? He's been really good.
It's not. I
don't think he played that well all the way through the 17 games.
He was targeted quite a bit.
He has come on lately for sure.
I think he had the game-winning catch against the Bengals too, if I remember. That was
Yes, he did.
All right, let's ask this: did he get as many as 80 catches? If he didn't, he's probably not going to be offensive rookie of the year. I don't think.
You see, the odds right now are McMillan about minus. Actually, he's the favorite.
Yeah.
Like minus 1,500 to minus 2,000. Then Jackson Dart, Shuck, and Travion Henderson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The thing with Dart and Shug though is they only played like not even half a year.
Yeah, Dart's not going to.
Yeah.
Dart's not going to
So
win it.
I could see why McMillan's sort of the hands-on favorite.
Yeah, he's going to get it. Yeah.
Yes.
But all right, how many catches did Loveland have? Did you see? He'd probably have 50 catches. If he didn't, that's
a
why
tight end. No, I mean he's not a wide receiver.
But the fact is, you're not going to win offensive rookie of the year blocking.
How many did you think he had, Rob?
58.
Dead spot on.
All right. Well, how about that? Well, 58. And that's not going to win you rookie of the year. That's not going to win you rookie of the year. That's not even 4 catches a game. So
Right.
No.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
He's been
gotta do
sharing
better.
some time with Cole Komet as well.
Right. Yeah. He's got to share
Right,
tight end with
right. He
yeah.
has a Cole Komet. Right now, I would think if you gave all 32 teams, if you had one win, you had to get, and you had to get either Komet or Loveland. I'd rather have Komet. How about you, Brian?
I like Komet. He's a very good blocker.
Yeah.
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 And which one would you rather have, Tim? For one game, all you got to do is win one game, and that's it.
I guess I'll take Komet because he's probably the better dual threat, the blocking end.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
I think he can go a little deeper. Now, who would you rather have, Keith? Of it two.
Well, just watching the factor that Loveland makes himself in a game. I mean, Komet is probably a better blocker, but
Yeah. Now
Loveland
Komet was also being covered by a corner. He was being covered by a corner while the other guy was covered by a safety. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I don't know.
They've run a lot of seam routes with Loveland.
Loveland doesn't drop passes, though. I mean, when he does get thrown the ball, it seems like he always catches
but
it.
Komet doesn't. I'll tell you what. This day and age of good tight ends, most of them are good hands. Ferguson of the Cowboys. Couple of Niners are good too. They've got a backup that soon as the other kid Kittle fell out, he caught 4 passes. So tight end, I'll tell you what. And I really thought that was a dying position 3 years ago. You know, H-back and all this kind of stuff. Now, what I'd love to see the Niners do more of, I don't know. I can't say the guy's name because he has no vowels in his damn name. Jaselsic or something like that. Number 44.
Juszczyk.
Oh, the guy for the 49ers?
I would like to see him blocking for the running back. That's a tank if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he almost led with his head right into the chest or chin.
He's a human tank if I have ever seen one. I would take him on my team and start from him and be like, okay, who can you block for? And he just shakes his head. He don't give a damn who he's blocking for. Just go for it. He can catch a football. He can run a football. I'm telling you, this kid is close to a Tom Rathman as I have ever seen, and I'm not sure he's better than Rathman. I like this kid a lot, and I think they're not using him the right way necessarily, but I'll tell you, it could get good. Some of these games I think are going to be some good games this weekend.
Like I said, this was the best wild card weekend easily since they went to the expanded.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. Locks of the week. Anybody can have anybody they want. It does not matter. Mike, your lock of the week is not. It's just straight up.
Again, in fact, you know what? I'm gonna say my lock of the week. I think Mr. Kraft is going to have some fun this weekend. I'll take New England.
All right, Brian.
Okay, lock of the week for me is going to be Seattle.
All right, Brian says Seattle. Tim.
I will go the opposite of Michael and take the Texans.
All right. Keith.
I like Seattle, I think, a little bit more than the other ones.
And I'm taking the Rams. I like the Rams as good as I do anybody out there this week. I really do. I think the Rams, if there's going to be a blowout, I think that's the blowout of the weekend right there. The Bills, Broncos, you just don't know what the Bills are bringing to the cash out, to the checkout counter. But I think it could be a good game. I really do. I think the Niners. I think the Niners bring everything to the table against the Seahawks this week. And if Darnold answers the bell, 200, hell, No, he don't have to throw for 200 yards. Let's say he goes 15 of 25, 177, no picks. He don't have to get any touchdowns either. No picks, no touchdowns. They probably win the ball game. I just don't think he can go 4 quarters without throwing a pick. I think the Niners may even get a pick six. I'm even going to go predict this much: 2 pick sixes in this weekend coming up. I think it will be.
What coach would you say is most likely to coach his team right out of the playoffs?
Bears.
Bears
coach.
No, not the Bears.
Bears coach.
No.
The Bears coach is the only one out there right now that's willing to go for it 5 times on 4th down. He doesn't. You can't do that.
I think Sean McDermott is a liability because he may give up. He may give up on the run game too soon.
Yeah,
and put even more on Josh Allen's back, and that would be a mistake.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Shanahan might have a problem. I don't know why.
But I just think when you get into this far, you got to be willing to take a tie. You can't be playing to win, as they say. 2-point conversions, idiot mistakes like the Commanders coach does.
Well,
you cannot, you can't be faced with 5 4th down calls in the first 2 or 3 quarters. Go for it, because I'll tell you, it can cost you. You cannot be. You can't be. You can't be at the other team's 5-yard line and be 4th and goal.
You got to worry about.
I understand that, but the thing is, the other team has the ball. They going the other way with it, and you just gave up 3 points right there. I think anytime you can see and smell points this weekend, you better take them. I don't care if you're where Seattle's playing, which they could be getting some rain this weekend as well. I'm hearing, but all the other 3 places are cold. It's going to be chilly. You got to take all the points you can get any time you can get them. So if it's a 4th and 1, 4th and 1 or less, go for it. If you're, not at your own 10-yard line, obviously, but 4th and 2 and 3 and 4 yards. These teams are not the ones that came up with this tush push garbage. And although the Bills are pretty good at it because they pushed the Jaguars around doing that stuff, but that's something they got to get rid of.
But that's what happens with the analytics. The analytics say go for 2. Most coaches will listen to that. Go for 2.
Yeah. And if you're down 5, down 4, go for 2. Or going to be down 4 and you want to make it 3, go for 2 and try to make it a field goal. I don't have a problem with that. But early in the game, you driving the ball down there, even if you've had a 15-play drive, 8 minutes, whatever, and you at the 3-yard line, you're 4th and goal, unless you're just pushing the other team around fiercely, take your 3 points, go back and say, hey, defense, time for you to take care of duty, because – really, if you look at all eight of these teams, they all 8 have decent defenses. None of them are terrible. I think the Texans, to me, is the best defense. I know a lot of people saying the Seahawks are. I just know I saw the Rams run all over that Seahawks team, and I saw the Niners beat that Seahawks team early in the year. To me, I think the Texans have the best defense of all of them. Best offense of all 8 of them. I'll give it to the Niners. I think because they got 2 quarterbacks who can do it, we'll see what happens. But New England, they got a chore this weekend playing that defense because they gonna give them a hard time, I think. Which will we have any 300-yard passers this week?
Yes.
Who will it be?
Pafford.
Oh, you think Matthew Stafford throws for 300 yards? Woo! That's, anybody else agree with Mike?
He'd have to hit Nakua for like a 70-yarder, and then Devontae Adams for about a
It
60
could.
yarder.
It could.
I'm going to say the Niners throw for 300 yards. Now, I don't know if it'll be one quarterback, though. That's what scares me. So I'm not going to say he'll throw for 300, but I think between the two of them, it might. If he have to.
It's almost gone the way of the dodo for 300-yard passers.
It really has. It really has.
Parody.
So now let me also ask us one. We got 4 losers going to come out of this weekend.
Mhm.
Any coach going to get fired if they lose in this divisional round?
San Francisco.
Wow, you think he could get fired if he loses?
Shanahan. Yep.
I think
Cam?
no coaches are in trouble.
No.
Mm,
McDermott was a couple years ago, but I don't think he is anymore.
I think if any one of the 8 coaches were going to be in trouble, I believe it'd be Buffalo's. But
yeah, because I'm thinking that how many times are they going to put up with him losing and
right, especially when they don't, especially when 15 a.m. on the field against them. Yeah.
Peyton's not going to get. Sean Payton ain't going to get fired.
No, I don't think so either. Johnson won't get fired. I can't see Shanahan getting fired. No way.
I can.
No, I don't think so. Seahawks, I don't see that. Texans coach may get coach of the year. New England's coach could be coach of the year. To me, he is the coach of the year.
Coach of the year is going to be Jacksonville.
It could be. But I would take New England's coach of the year. That's what I would do. But they're both good coaches. Did anybody catch the Jacksonville press conference?
No.
Oh, my Lord. I don't know how you stick your foot in your mouth any more than that. Yeah. I appreciate everything this organization has done for us and our fans. If you come out and support us, we appreciate it, or something to the effect of if you do and if you do and if you. And I'm like, oh, man, I'll tell you what, a lot of if in there, bro. Just if you go back and watch it, it's kind of weird to me. I didn't really catch on to what Cohen or whatever was trying to get the point that he was trying to get across, but. I'm with you, Mike. I think he did
I don't know what their average attendance is there in Jacksonville. It's kind of a smaller market.
It is a smaller market because
plus the stadium only holds 56,000 people, 58,000. So it doesn't hold here. I don't think but they've had a Super Bowl there, right?
Right. But Sean's always been the one that says that they want to go. If England calls, he might answer.
Yeah. And if they ever do that, that's something 10 years, 5 years down the road that could be interesting if we ever do get 4 teams
which
over there.
Which Super Bowl was there? I can't even remember which one was played there.
Super Bowl that was in Jacksonville, wasn't that? Let's see, who was that?
39.
Yeah.
That was the
39?
Philadelphia.
That long ago.
Yeah.
Wow, 21 years ago already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was another press conference this week. The owner of the Baltimore Ravens, I think his name is Bisciotti or something.
Bisciotti,
yeah. You watch the Pat McAfee version of that press conference. It's kind of hilarious.
When they announced that Tomlin got fired, he's like, "You think you can come coach the Ravens?" And he sort of had this little chuckle about him, and
I'd laugh,
especially if Harbaugh goes and coaches Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
What is
and then he says, but can you see Harbaugh going? Can you see Harbaugh going to the Steelers? That's what he came back with. Yeah.
By the way, it was revealed about less than an hour ago. I think that Harbaugh left the Giants facility and did not accept a job yet.
They asked him if the Ravens had won there last week, would
I don't want him
still
there.
Be the coach? He said, "Well, for one more week."
I don't want Harbaugh there.
How much you want to bet they'll wait till the NFL needs some news between the championship games and the Super Bowl? That's when all your coaching hirings will be announced.
And then you have the Hall of Fame voting.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers is announced 4 or 5 times he wants to be a head coach. will any of these teams take a chance on Phillip Rivers?
Not yet.
I think
I'm going to say if there is a team that will take a chance on Rivers, I'm going to say it's either going to be the Raiders or the Dolphins. I see where Mike McDaniel today became offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Oh, he did?
So yes, the old Dolphins coach is now offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Which makes it 6-1 in 6 years.
Huh?
Yeah, the sixth one in 6 years. So Hurts has to learn for the sixth time learn a new system. Every year he's been having to learn new systems.
And I am here in Baltimore is making an offer to a coach that's only a 1-year coach. Have y'all heard that Kellen Moore is who they're pointing at, and they want him from New Orleans up there? I don't think he leaves. Think he leaves. But if he does, they're offering him a big amount of money if he'd come up there because they want an offensive coach.
You know,
now I'm like this. That a month ago they were saying we're getting rid of Harbaugh, we're getting rid of Jackson. They're not thinking about getting rid of Jackson, and that's going to be the problem right there. There's a lot of offensive coordinators or offensive-minded coaches that do not want to have to deal with that situation because is he a 2-time MVP? Yes. Is he a Hall of Famer? In my mind, no. But he will end up being a Hall of Famer. But he's not that good. He's a running back. Yeah, he's a running back. You got 20 quarterbacks in the NFL better than him. But he can run in football. But the fact is, he just happens to be on a really good team with one of the top 5 running backs maybe of all time on your team. And as much as they want to talk about their defense sucks, their defense still hung in there almost till the end and allowed them to almost win the division. That would not be a bad job if the coach could say, hey, I want my own quarterback in here. But if that situation stays the same and they're going to run with that same quarterback next 6-8 years, they're going to plummet. They're going to go straight downhill. You wait and see. You watch.
And Brian, I'll say this now. Do you notice now that not a single word has been mentioned about Andy Reid since all this has gone down?
Well, he still has more years on his contract.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
The talk,
he ain't going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere, but the talk around
he's not going anywhere.
People want a new offensive coordinator in a worse way.
Yeah. I'm saying 87 comes back, but he ain't coming to the Chiefs. I say he can sign somewhere else.
I don't want to talk to Nagy as a head coach candidate.
That could be a possibility on 87. Yeah.
I thought the Titans or somebody wanted to talk to Nagy as a head coaching candidate.
He talked to them last Monday.
Yeah.
The other thing about Kansas City, nobody's talking about it. They're moving to Kansas, but they were presented with they don't have a location yet. They are presented with one location that they rejected because there's not enough room for the tailgating. And the place where the owner wants to go happens to be owned by an exceedingly wealthy man that wants an exceedingly high price for that
mall. The mall.
He wants to go somewhere close to the Legends.
Right there next to Sport in Kansas City, right there. Right there when the interstate.
Yeah, that's the area, but he wants it's not real close. He wants a lot of land, and the place he's looking at near there is a lot of land, but the guy does not look like he's going to sell it for a reasonable price, and so that's not a done deal quite yet.
Yeah.
That's why we have 2 teams in the middle.
We should have some good games on this week. It looked like it's going to be some good ones. Obviously, I don't think either one of the 2 head coaches from college is going to go anywhere different, win or lose this game. Has anybody ever done a Kurt Signetti? leave JMU, go to Indiana. This is only his second year, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. 2 years' time, build. I mean, every time you watch him play, they pushed everybody around. I have never seen a coaching job like that in my life. Is anybody waiting on him, you think? Is
No.
a Baltimore waiting on him? Is a Miami waiting on him for a 10-year, $100 million?
60+ years old? No.
And plus, he's got quite a deal going in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I was very high on him last year. They couldn't get past Ohio State, but now that they passed Ohio State, nobody's staying with him. I think he would want to stay at Indiana because he's got some people coming up the pipeline that can play.
And I've seen that a lot of people are transferring to Indiana, which that's crazy stuff. So you never used to hear anything about many people transferring to some of these smaller schools. But Indiana don't want to be called a small school anymore. They want to be one that lands in the Giants. So it's going to be impressive to watch him. I'm going. It's going to be 3 good days of football. I hope
if they win, that's 3 straight Big Ten champions, 3 different consecutively, and then maybe I don't know an original Big Ten. I mean, as far as not original way back, but I mean when they were 10 teams, they as of most recently 10 teams. Those 3 were part of it.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah,
Somebody telling me University of Chicago was an original Big Ten team, but
really?
That's going way back, I guess, probably to the
We
40s or something.
So I think we're going to have 4 good games, and a national champion will be crowned before we come back here next Wednesday. Our scheduled time will be Wednesday, and if we have to change anything, I'll post it online.
Mike mentioned the Hall of Famer. Is Breeze and Brady both on the ballot this year?
I don't think Brady is. Breeze is.
Brady's got one more.
Yeah.
Brady's got one more year.
He's got one more year. Manning made the finals.
Eli,
baby.
Eli.
He don't have to fight with no Danny DeVito right now.
I suppose
Is Eli Manning a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Well, is he a Hall of Famer? First,
He's second. He would be second ballot.
I mean, I think he'll probably get in, but I don't know.
Would you like to know all the finalists real quick?
Yes, quickly.
Sure.
Willie Anderson, tackle. Drew Brees, Jari Evans, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Adam Vinatieri, Darren Woodson, Marshall Yanda, Reggie Wayne, Kevin Williams, and Jason Witten are the regular ones. The seniors are Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, and L.C. Greenwood, Coach Bill Belichick, and contributor Robert Kraft.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you now.
That's going to be a vote.
How many kickers in the Hall of Fame?
Stenerud, Morton Anderson, and Ray Guy if you want to count punters.
Right.
I think Vinatieri has to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He
wasn't really that great the regular season wise, was he? I thought I heard
how many game-winning Super Bowl kicks did he have? 3 or 4?
2, I think.
2?
One against the Rams and one against the Panthers.
That's right. Overtime, they scored their touchdown again. That's right. They scored a touchdown against Atlanta.
I think the Legends have a real good shot. L.C. Greenwood. That's
how much of a percentage do they have to get?
They have to get 12 out of 16.
Okay.
75%.
Right.
Yep.
And how many votes does each writer get?
1.
Hold on. The selection committee with a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 8.
By the way, Tim made me laugh weekend before last when one of us mentioned Watson for the Browns, and
I did. Roper.
And well, then Tim said, Justin Tucker says, "Hold my beer."
On that note,
Did he play his way out of the Hall of Fame with that? Do you think?
Probably.
Just a smidge.
So how many does each beat writer? How many votes does each one
Well,
get?
I think it's a 16-person committee.
Yeah, it's a
Right,
16-person
but
committee.
they can't say yes to everybody. They can't do that. They only get
No,
a certain
Right,
amount
they
of yeses.
can't. I think
It's
they.
5 or 6. It's 5 or 6 is all they got. They can say no to all of them, but I don't think they can
Right.
say yes to over 5. I think
Well,
it's 5.
Well, I think it says
down.
a minimum of 4, maximum 8 expected. So I don't know if that's how many votes they get.
Okay.
And they do
All
it
right.
by rounds. They don't do it in one
Ja-
shot. They do it in rounds.
Jason Witten is going to be hard to keep off a ballot. I don't know exactly his numbers. Is he an all-time great tight end? No. But is he he's better than some of those 80s tight ends that are in there. He's better than Kellen Winslow was.
And you know what? One thing he's got going for him, he played with one team and one team only.
Yeah.
I just don't know if
And he
good or
called a ton of passes. He called over 100 2 different years. So yeah,
Wouldn't Romo have to piggyback into the Hall of Fame then if they did that?
No.
no way. No. Hell no.
One guy that's not getting in the Hall of Fame, I think, needs consideration is Otis Taylor, a wide receiver with the Chiefs in the 1960s. When you think of great wide receivers in the 1960s, you think of Lance Allworth, maybe Jordan.
We had a name for that.
Taylor was right up there with him.
Paul Warfield, maybe.
I like L.C. Greenwood. Part of the black.
They got so many guys in there
Curtain,
already.
He was part of the black and gold. That's the
problem.
problem.
Hey, Mike, the problem with L.C. Greenwood is this. Look at everybody he had around him. They all had better numbers than he did.
Yeah.
I don't think L.C. Greenwood ever gets a Hall of Fame. I'm sorry.
There's a ton of those Pittsburgh Steelers that are in the Hall of Fame.
He was the one that wore the gold shoes, wasn't he?
Belichick should go in first ballot.
Yeah.
Because of the Hall of Fame.
Did you say? Did y'all say Belichick's name?
In
Yes.
the last
Yes.
group, yeah.
All
He's
right.
in the last group with the coaches. He's the only coach.
Yeah.
Let me ask this: what if Brian Billick? Would he ever be a chance of a Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
All right.
Nope.
I didn't know if a championship.
Ravens Hall of Fame, yes. But
How about
Yeah, I was
Coughlin?
just wondering.
Is Coughlin in?
If he's not, he should be.
who?
Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, Coughlin.
Oh man, he brought 2 teams to Super Bowls. That's been a great argument. But
1 3-time champion, 1 as an assistant, and then 2 as a head coach.
right. But the problem was, I think, he was more of a disciplinarian, and voters. He didn't enjoy life with the media until he went down to Jacksonville, and
he came to the Giants, and it was later on. His problem is he's got a .531 winning percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then if you want to open that can of worms up, look at Eli Manning. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls, but he's exactly 500 on his wins.
Yep, I know.
Those 2 years that
I still
Coughlin-
think he's going to get in for some reason.
Those 2
Well, I
years
think
that
he'll
Coughlin-
get in, but should he get in? I don't think
Did
so.
he? I think so.
Those 2 years that Coughlin won the Super Bowl, didn't they play every playoff game on the road both times?
I believe so, yes.
So they weren't a high seed.
No.
I mean, hell, if you want to really go at things, is Tomlin a Hall of Fame coach? Let's be
Yes.
for real about it.
I like that because they had a winning
They didn't
record
win
almost every year he
they
was
didn't-
there.
They didn't win a playoff game in 9 years. They went 9 years.
Yeah, that's his kind of the thing that get the fact that it's sort of a weak division, but the fact that he never had a losing season helps his cause.
Oh
He
yeah.
won one Super Bowl in 18 years.
Yeah.
How about you? I'll talk about the kind of good
8-8.
winning percentage. 628 for Tomlin.
628. Okay.
Mhm.
So almost 63% of the games that he
18
coached, he won.
years.
All right. Flip it over to Harbaugh. Harbaugh, did he win
John
one
or Jim?
John. How many Super Bowls he win? One?
Yeah.
2012 with the Ravens.
Right.
Yeah. And he coached for how many years? 17.
I would like
17, yeah.
they,
Well,
if
plus
they were
the
smart,
however
they
many.
could vote them both in at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Harbaugh, 180 and 113. So that's 61.5%.
Yeah.
So it's almost the same. Now, the one difference I want is this: John Harbaugh's playoff record.
13 and 11.
The thing is,
18
if Jimmy
18
Johnson
and
is
11.
in with as a few years as he coached,
18 and 11, and Tomlin had a losing record, right?
Correct.
Yeah. That's the difference right there. Harbaugh may be a Hall of Famer. I don't think if Tomlin is shit, you gotta open up a lot of doors for a lot of people. I'm sorry.
Tony Dungy.
Winning that, we're going 9-7, 9-7, 9-7 should not get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I'm
Harbaugh's
sorry.
got to go through the Harris Jessup committee, though.
Yeah, he already passed that. He's already left town. Once he left town, he says okay for everything now. He don't care.
Yeah. Then we got to talk about now. Hold on a second. Now here's another coach that might not get as much love. We'll have to look at Jim Morris.
I'm not going to
We have
say.
to remember this is the Pro Football Hall
who
of
is
Fame.
it?
He won
Who is-
2 USFL titles.
Who is that?
Jim Morris Sr.
Jim Morris Sr.
Yeah, but he never won a playoff game.
Yeah, that's sort of his bugaboo, I guess.
Was that with Philadelphia?
There you go.
Yeah, with
Who's
the
You ain't talking about
USFL. Yeah.
I hate
Now
to say.
let me ask you. How about this? Sirianni never coaches another game. Hall of Famer?
No.
Hell, I think so. He won 2
Possibly.
Super Bowls.
Possibly.
He's had a better
Possibly,
record in the playoffs.
He's
The
won
other two
one
guys-
Super Bowl, right? He's won one. He coached in
Right,
2
because
weeks.
Peterson won the other Super Bowl.
Peterson
Oh, that's
won
right.
the
Doug
other.
Peterson won. That's right. He was the coordinator there. That's right. He only won one. You're right. He's not a Hall of Famer. I agree with you.
I hate to.
I
I'm
thought
not
that-
going to say. I'm not. I would like to say what I'm thinking. Another reason for Tomlin. AA.
Oh yeah,
What?
I don't want to get too political on it, but that's-
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is done. Toast. You can go home, take him out of the oven, and throw him in the backyard. Let the birds eat.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep.
So
and,
what
and-
order
and
do
then
you
5
think
years
those-
later, we'll be calling him for Canton.
In what order do
Yeah.
you think those jobs will be filled in the AFC North?
Oh yeah, 3 out of 4.
4 out of
The
4.
Steelers
isn't it?
probably will be last because they'll probably do their due diligence. I'll say the Browns will probably hire their coach first.
Cincinnati, they didn't fire their coach, did he?
No,
They did
Zach
not-
Taylor's
okay.
still
he,
there.
survi- he is the Gloria Gaynor of the AFC North. I will
Okay, I
survive.
got there too.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought he got let go too.
All right. How
There's
about
3 of them.
this? You yourself had a chance to walk in any one of the coaching vacancies right now. Mike, which one would you take?
I would probably go for some strange reason. I would like to try the Fish. Miami.
All right. Tim.
As much as I hate to say, the Falcons' job is open, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You've got a star running back. You've got a star tight end. You draft a couple receivers.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent, though.
Oh, Bijan's a free agent, or is Pitts a free
Oh,
agent?
no, tight end. I think your tight end's a free agent.
Okay, well, you still got Bijan. So at least you've
Yep.
got at least a skill position set there. Tight ends can sort of be a dime. I won't say sort of be a dime a dozen, but they can be drafted. And you went 8-9, underrated. If you
He's
get
not a free
any type
agent.
of quarterback play, then
the tight end's not a free agent. So he's eligible to. They can give him top money. Yep,
top money. Yeah. So you've got a star tight end and a star running back. That if you could have an offensive coordinator suit your offense to both of them, God forbid you could be a winning team next season.
Yeah. And I'm giving you guys, if you're the head coach, you're also the GM. I'm making you the GM too. So you're walking in the door and you're telling the owner, this is the way shit's going to be. Excuse my French. Brian, which team right now has opening? You'd be like, okay, I'm walking in the door. I'm taking over. We're going to win.
Well, they come down to two teams for me, Atlanta, but their quarterback situation is not really settled.
Right.
For me, it's the Giants because the upside is so high there. I think the Giants have a lot of talent. And if you win in New York, man, that place is going to.
Mm-hmm. We love you.
Yeah, that place is going to worship you for a generation.
I'm like this. If you gave me a chance and I had to walk into one right now and I had to be like, okay, I got to win my division. We got a draft coming up and we're going to do this. I got to walk into Baltimore. I got to take that quarterback. I got to take that quarterback we got right now and be like, hey, you got to stand back here. You got to throw the damn ball. You got to get rid of the ball. Don't be doing stupid stuff with it. But I tell you what, I think they're 2 or 3 defensive players away. And good Lord, you get them another receiver, they're going to be really, really good.
Well, like Brian
that's
said,
a
I
weak.
don't think the Giants are really that far away. I mean, their record was bad, but they have a good defensive line to work with. They got Neighbors at wide receiver.
You gotta like their quarterback, though. I don't like their quarterback. I don't.
But a lot of people do. A lot of people do.
I understand that. I understand that, but his numbers don't show nothing though. If you look at his numbers, suck. His numbers suck.
There were a couple games I saw him play this year where I thought he
threw
looked like
more
he
picks than he threw touchdowns. You can't do that.
What was the key statistic last year for the Giants? They lost 7 games. 7 games in 7 times in one possession games. They lost all 7. I want you to think about that.
Their defense really is bad. Their defense. Washington's is bad, but I don't think the Giants is no better. That's how bad
not. Carter,
I think they might be a better team than us next
second
year.
Half of the year.
Oh, they may be a better team than us next year. I'm not going to say that because I know how bad we could still get. But
I don't think I think that team could make a turnaround in a hurry.
They're not Dallas and they're not Philly. They're not going to beat them teams. That's 4 losses there. We might beat them once. Shit. All right, let me ask you this. If a new coach goes in there right now and they go 6-11, is that good enough? Is that a good enough season next year?
For my Giants, yes.
No. Okay, all right. Well, I think that's what you expect. I don't think you go in there and expect they're going to go 9-7.
No,
9-8. No, I don't think so.
But I just have a feeling they're better than what you. I have a feeling they're better than what you think they are. I'm not saying.
Oh, they may be.
For sure,
but what I'm saying is, we saw what they are. They won 3 games, right, or 2?
3.
3. Yeah.
3.
So if they double up and win 6, and the fan base is happy with that, I think that's doable. Let's say that's doable. That's with that quarterback. Now, if you could go out and you could go get yourself a Sam Darnold, huge improvement. I'm sorry. That's a huge upside there. If you could get Darnold, shit, he's probably worth 3 wins to you right there.
How many wins did you expect the Bears to get this year? I mean, they came off a season where they lost like 9 or 10 in a row.
I expected the Bears to get 7 wins this year. I expected the Bears to get 7 wins.
They went over.
Oh, way over. Way over. But that was in spite of their quarterback and their dumbass coach.
Somebody doesn't like Ben Johnson.
Look. All right.
Is he better than Sirianni?
How many wins would Houston have gotten if they had a good quarterback? 2 or 3 more.
The
Stroud
Texans
didn't
have
do
a decent.
Well, okay.
Stroud didn't take them to the
But
playoffs.
I think
anyway.
your list of good quarterbacks is maybe 3. I don't know because
They're not many. You're right. You're right. All right, guys. For Tim, for Mike, for Keith, for Brian, my name is Rob, and there is the helmets. Who's going to be in the Super Bowl? We don't know. But
Brian's going to leave them there, and he's going to remove them one by one.
One by one.
When we come back on next
even-
Wednesday.
Yeah, even though I was counting them and I was like, it's 2 extra back there, but it's college. That's cool.
That's
Y'all have a
still
great
that's the
weekend.
last game of the weekend.
They go in
Yeah.
front of my TV, and the loser